What's up, Internet? We are back with another spooky random thing for Halloween on my Steam Deck. This time Lunacid, and it actually shares quite a fair bit of DNA with the last game we did, which was Dread Delusion. For one thing, they're both vaguely macabre, sort of Kingsfield-inspired games. They're also games I both played the ever-living crap out of, so I'm looking forward to this. I actually haven't touched this game in probably about 6 months. I think I've collected everything relative to the last time I played this, of course, but pretty sure I haven't done that. So let's start a new game in slot 2, because we will. I'm going to turn the volume down just a scooch. That came across as really, really loud. And I think we'll be okay from here. I hope. Let me read the audio levels. Yeah, that's probably fine. I said, pretending I understand audio levels. I don't remember this intro, if I'm being completely honest with you. This seems kind of vaguely new. But, again, it's been 6 months since I've played. I've forgotten a lot of things. But it does have some differences between this and Dread Delusion, even though they do share a lot of DNA in, the form of Kingsfield. That is primarily that Dread Delusion was mostly like an open world adventure game, kind of like an Oblivion or like a Skyrim or something, whereas this is more of a corridor-based dungeon crawler of sorts, with a metric crap ton of secrets and stuff. Also, all of the font and stuff reminds me of Soden, so there's that too. But this is also an early access, it's also unfinished. As long as there hasn't been an update since last time, you basically get to the one boss this game actually has, and then you get to a door and the game just sort of stops. So hopefully that door actually has some stuff behind it at some point, because I really do want to play more of this game, because it was really, really fun. And the first time I played it, kind of spooky, but that's because the first area kind of scared me with something, because I'm a total wimp. But either way, there's plot. Bad stuff's happening. We're going to be basically alone in a world of horrible, horrible, horrible things. Like any Souls game, really. And it's going to be kind of vaguely similar to that, sort of. But I'm looking forward to getting back into this and playing some more. It's been a while. I certainly don't remember everything. I did play 5 minutes of this the other day to record something for Jetwolf, and I just played around with my anime sword because it's like the best weapon in the game. Also, there's an anime sword, by the way. Probably won't get to it today, but, maybe I'll load up my save file and grab it. I'm not sure what this is all about. Oh, we're still in the cutscene, okay. Again, I only sort of vaguely remember playing this. It's been 6 months, but, this game is really, really kicking. Like, if you like Dread Delusion, I think this is probably a better version of that, even though they are fairly different. They do share a lot of similar DNA. And, yeah, if you like Kingsfield, or you like PS1-looking adventure games, or you like the Soul kind of games, you probably will enjoy this. Also, there's a lot of secrets that are really fun to find, and there's like just a ton of different ways to like navigate the environments because of stuff. Oh, there goes my hand. That might have been me. Either way, I'm pretty sure we just fell down a hole. But hopefully we can make things better. I don't think we ever get out of this hole, though. Okay. Name. Fury. I don't think your name actually comes up at all. It's just sort of like your file name. Beauty. I don't think this changes anything. That one's silly looking. External image. You could upload your own stuff. That's neat. I wish I'd thought to do that. I just used the preset one, but you know what? This one is funny. We're gonna be this one. Starting class. Let's see. What is useful here? I know that, I believe speed affects overall agility, which affects jump height, and early on that can be a big deal. No, that's dexterity, I think. Forsaken. You start at level 1. Yeah, let's start at Forsaken, because we start at level 1, that means we get to level more, and we have more control. So that sounds like a plan. I mean, I don't know how far we're going to get in this, but, you know, it's good to have options and maneuverability in your character creation. It's my spooky disembodied hand. Alright. And there's a skull that doesn't belong to me. Okay. So let's start by exploring. What was that? Okay. It said L tab or LT to do something. Tutorial text could probably stand to be on here a little longer than it was. But we're gonna try and make do. That's the jump button. Every game needs a jump button. So that's good. We're gonna need to jump to do some stuff moving forward. But we've learned how to move. We got some spooky wind blowing in from seemingly nothing. We've got a save point over here. Okay, so save, warp, and level up. We can't warp anywhere. We can't level because we don't have experience. And I believe this way is currently locked. I think, because I'm pretty sure this is where you have to come from to get anywhere. Yeah, we got a door here we can't do anything about. Alright, fair enough. So, effectively the starting point in this tutorial is a big donut. It kind of starts here, it ends here. We'll unlock that door when we get there, but first, we gotta grab this sword because we need a weapon. So we got a replica sword, presumably from this statue. It's not gonna be all that great. So let's close that off. That's what we've got. We have a charge attack that does a little bit more damage. And every weapon has like a different swing speed and charge speed, so some are better than others for certain things. Heavier weapons, of course, take slower and longer. But we got our starting weapon. Okay, so read. Seek the slumbering creature of moonlight. They are the last existing door. Okay, I think that's endgame stuff, so I don't think we have to immediately worry about that. Now we're actually right at the bottom of the well right now. I don't think we're ever going to get up there. You might notice a path down there. That's probably where we're going to end up having to go. Unfortunately, we can't jump down because there's fall damage. You'll also notice a path up there. Unfortunately, our jump height will not get us there. Not yet, anyway. Fortunately, we can increase our jump height to get up there, and if I remember correctly, that's the path to one of my favorite areas, and ultimately, again, the big anime sword that is probably the most fun weapon in the game. We'll also be able to conjure magic that'll let us like create blocks to step up, so we don't necessarily have to work on our dexterity to jump, but you might want to all the same. Okay, so we got a dead body. That's spooky. Now, I think that way's going to lead towards ultimately where we need to go, but I think it's currently blocked off. And I think we're going to run into an enemy right around now. Yep, here we go. We got gross snails. First enemy of the game. It's different than rats, I'll give it that. We got 2 cents. A currency so low that my country doesn't even recognize it as money anymore. Which is kind of annoying if you have a big jar of pennies kicking around. You have to take it to like a coin changer and they'll take about 20% of whatever you put in them. Okay, so I want to read this. So the Temple of Silence and the Hollow Basin. Now we do actually want to go to the Hollow Basin, which is again a big donut. That's where we're going, but let's grab this thing while we're here. Make sure there's no enemies, because there are sometimes secret enemies around. We got health, so we're going to want to equip that, obviously. Quick items. Health vial. I gotta remember how to use items, but we'll figure it out as we go. Okay, so that's the snail. I think we want to go up this way. There'll be another snail. I remember this. So let's just be a little bit cautious. Because we don't have really anything in terms of stats. And our weapon is a replica sword of a statue. So it's barely a weapon. It's a weapon in the most generally vague sense. There's a block button. I don't use it. I just sort of avoid stuff. Because I don't trust blocking. Now, you might notice that we just took half our health. Yeah. That's, Okay, so how do we heal? Since we have the option now, down, Left is select. Ah, it's up. Okay, so it's actually more or less like Dread Delusion, except in Dread Delusion it was down on the D-pad, but that's fine. You just have to be careful not to get completely mullered by snails. We'll be fine. At least until they introduce another enemy. Also, you might notice, but as you fight the snails, if you attack them in specific places, they'll actually take sectional damage, and they'll lose their little antennas and stuff. It's a neat little touch. Okay, so here's the sign we were at before. So we were actually here before. This is pointless, but it was important to look around, make sure we didn't lose anything of value. I think there are a couple of rings around here. It's worth knowing that every single area in the game has like 5 or 6 secrets hidden around. So if you're into looking for like hidden secret stuff, they're kind of awesome. See, he's already missing one antenna, missing the other, and his little mandible feeler thingies. I don't know slug anatomy all that well. I know they're mollusks. That's what I know. And if they touch salt, it actually absorbs all the water in their body, and they shrivel up and die, and they kind of bubble around. And that's why salt is really bad for snails, because the salt actually just absorbs all the moisture inside them, which would be a horrible way to die. But would be great because these stupid snails are really dangerous. So having a salt shaker handy would be kind of nice, not gonna lie. Okay, I think around here's where we run into the second type of enemy, which I think has like a ranged magic attack, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful. That might be it. I'm not seeing anything else, so let's go after this thing. Okay. I don't like you. And you're really defensive. Not so much a fan of that. Okay. Could just be that I have to hit him from behind. Nope, you do have a magic attack. Oh, and we're dead. That's going to happen a lot. I'm sure. Now, unfortunately, this isn't quite like a Souls game. You don't actually respawn, and then you have to go get all your stuff. If you die, you die, so you kind of have to know when to save and when to run from stuff. But that was a good learning experience. I'd actually forgotten that myself, but now we know. We also now know where a health vial is, where various enemies are, and since I don't think we're currently gaining experience, we can actually avoid a lot of enemies right now. So what we might do is we might go in, grab the items, try and run past as much danger as we can right now, and just try and poke around areas we haven't been yet until we're a little bit more comfortable. Try and make the entire donut so we can actually start the game proper. I'm a little worried about taking this path because it's a bit cramped and there is a snail here. Not that we can't kill them, but I prefer not to be trapped with one. Although he's all the way over there somehow. It's worth knowing that enemies in this game, assuming that they haven't been updated to behave differently, kind of will follow you pretty much all the way across the map. They can be a little bit scary. There's a snail matriarch. I'm just gonna wander around you. You've got a big fancy shell, though. It might be worth killing you. Ow. Level 1. No stats. Depraved. No weapons. No armor. Sometimes you die in one hit. This game actually isn't all that hard once you get a bit of a foothold in it, though. Which is nice. But, again, it helps to find a weapon you like that isn't a piece of a statue. And it helps if you have, like, any amount of equipment. So for now, it's mostly just trial and error poking around until you get where you need to go. But every life and every death is, in and of itself, a step forward. So it's a little bit harder than Dread Delusion, let's say that. It doesn't involve infinite respawns. Well, I mean, I guess there are infinite respawns, but, you know, there's penalties such as you retain nothing from when you saved. But it doesn't go out of your way to delete your entire save file or anything if you die, which is kind of nice. It's also worth knowing this game has surprisingly few bosses. Like, it has one enemy that's kind of a boss. It kind of reminds me of like the Titanite demon in its design. And they give you permanent health boosts. They're pretty awesome, but they're really dangerous early on. And then there's like the actual boss that exists up to this point, and that's sort of it. But in spite of the fact that there's only like one boss in the game right now, there's like about 1,000,001 super weapons. Okay, I'm a little scared to go after this guy with magic, but we're gonna try and run around him and see if we can get something cool, because I see something glowing over there. It looks like a magic vial, which does not help us immediately, but as long as we don't get attacked by that thing, we'll be okay. It seems largely non-hostile to our presence currently. I think there's a weapon around here. I want to say there's a weapon, or maybe it's a ring. There's something of value around here. I remember there being. Here's a ring. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so we got Ghost Light. Our enemies chasing me right now. I guess the longer I sit here and wait, the quicker they are. Okay, summons Spectral Orb of Light, so that's going to help us see stuff. Great. Equipped. I thought I said equipped. Let's try this again. There we go. So now we have some form of magic. What button is that? Nope. Ah, there it is. It's LB. Phew. We can shoot out a little light orb. Help guide us on our way. Please don't kill me, weird mollusk thing. Okay, so we need to go this way. And try and avoid more creepy mollusks things that will instantly kill us with magic. So we're not really equipped for this. I'm a little worried about following this little side path because I don't think this leads where we need it to. And I'm scared we're going to get trapped in here, but counterpoint. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, and we're here to make progress, even if it's through death and only learning where stuff actually is right now. Okay, we got another health vial. Probably helpful if I actually equipped any of these things. But currently I'm not hurt, and things seem to be capable of one-shotting me, so sitting here and healing is probably not the highest priority of things we could be doing. Is there anything here? There's a path. Alright, let's go this way. So what have we got over here? I know we missed a couple of things, but if we can at least make a general amount of progress in the actual plot, which I think we're about to, we can actually do stuff instead of just wandering around aimlessly flailing a non-weapon at stuff. I think there's a chest around here. There it is. At least be something of value. Got another ring. We've got Flame Spear. We actually have a magic attack now. That's cool. Okay, so equip that. Flaming Javelin. Weaponized form. Great. So now, I think that would be mapped to RT. And now we've got an NPC. There aren't too many of them in this game. I'm going to save before I talk to you because I feel like that's the sensible thing to do since I need to talk to you in order to actually advance our exploration. We're kind of back, looped around the donut to where we started. So we're kind of back at the start where we got the sword. We should probably save. So we made some progress. So, save. Yes. Can I level up? No, because leveling up isn't unlocked yet. We'll get there. That's fine. As far as I can tell, we're actually a disembodied hand. Like, look, our hand has not actually touched anything. Like, it's not connected to an arm. It's just, it's floating. We're either psychic or we are literally just the hand. But that means that our little picture of our face is inaccurate. So this is Demi. She's our closest thing to a friend, really. She shows up twice in the game and then just hangs out at the store for the rest of the game. Yes, please lead me there. And she probably just chopped my head off. Except I'm a disembodied hand, so how she did that, I'm not entirely sure. Look at this. Got some crystal shards, which I think is money, possibly. Plus we have to revive the save point. So we're going to save again. Again, just to save us a little bit of time. Alright, so this is kind of the Firelink Shrine. It's basically just a store where you can buy stuff and upgrade your kit. Actually, speaking of, I don't think we have the stuff for it, but I believe we can actually upgrade this replica sword to an actual sword now. I think. Weapon is not ready. Okay, so basically, that's right. Let's go in here and look at weapons. So if we go in here, you'll see that there's a weapon experience meter. As you use it, you will raise that experience. Once you fill that, you can come here dunk your sword in this oil and it becomes a better version of itself. So we can take this crappy statue sword and turn it into like an actual like rusty sword or something. Rather depressing, so why would we ever bother? But let's thank Demi since we're here. Yeah, okay, so people hang out here. You can buy stuff from stores, talk to people. You can relax here if you want. And then you can leave. Sweet. There's a creepy crow person. Her name is Cheryl. She's awesome. Okay. Probably can't escape because we're stuck down a big well, but that's fine. Even though if you climb up, you get to like a library and then a mountain on top of that somehow. This place might be slightly non-Euclidean. But we can buy stuff from her. Key. That might be useful. I can't afford anything right now, though, because I don't have any coins, because I didn't kill anything this life. Alright. Well, that's fine. We have a skeleton friend here named Clive. Health potions, they're useful. They keep skeletons alive. We have the little mage guy from He-Man, whose name I can't remember. I want to say it's Snarf, but that was Thundercats. I don't care to do alchemy, thank you. Anyway, this has been our little house township thing that we'll probably never come back to, but you can come here if you want. Let's warp back here. We're probably going to have to get that key to move forward. That's fine. We're going to have to kill something to get to that point, though. Either way, I do know that we missed some stuff back here, so we'll just go see about those paths and see if we can find some stuff. But we're making progress. And once we can unlock that door, that will end up taking us into a crypt, which is one of the spookier areas in the game. It actually kind of caught me off guard because I misinterpreted something about the game very, very vastly when I went there, which I do know better now, which is good. But again, our goal currently is to explore those paths we missed up ahead and try and grab a couple of pennies so that we can get that key, which I think is what we need to advance. But we've opened up the door, gotten a shortcut, and opened up the town, so that's cool. And I do believe that unlocks leveling up, so we've made progress here. Macro progress. I don't want to fight you. You scare me, so we're going to avoid that thing. That thing actually seems largely non-hostile. There's a lot of things in this game that are actively hostile, but won't necessarily appear that way. These things seem to actually be okay as long as we don't bother them, which is fine by me. What do we have around here? We got a Skellingham that seems to have died stupidly. Not like me, I only die sensibly. Doesn't look like there's anything here we missed, though. So it's actually, the path we took was actually quite effective, I guess. That said, there was that weird, like, super snail. It might be worth trying to take them out, even though they could one-shot us. We do have magic now, so it might be worth trying. Because I think they drop something special if you kill them specifically. So we're going to charge up with the right bumper. Take a swing. Shoot you in the head. That did nothing. Oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, now we're just going to flail like crazy because, ow. Okay, new plan. Let's not pick a fight with that snail. Okay, so we just need 2 cents, so really killing anything will do it, but it was worth trying that. It's also useful to know that we didn't actually miss anything. So, we can actually make progress. Because knowing that I missed something is one of the most obnoxious things in the world to me. I hate leaving something behind or missing a chest or having to leave a chest locked because I don't have like a high enough stat in lock picking or something silly. Stuff like that bothers me, which is why in like Fallout and stuff, one of the first stats I dump everything into is lock picking and hacking for computers and stuff. Okay, so let's take out the regular snails. Ow. Uh-oh, I gotta charge it up all the way. Uh-oh. Jump! Okay. Yeah, fireball is not that great. What I wouldn't kill for a giant salt shaker right about now. No loot from you, though. There's still loot on the horizon, because we didn't pick it up this time. Or maybe there's not. Maybe that's just particle effects from the clouds. So yeah, I think we need the rusty key to open this up. Also, that's creepy. But that's kind of the vibe this game has. It's generally fairly macabre. Okay, so we need to try and take out another snail. Now, fortunately, if we die, we haven't really lost much. But I'd like to not die to a snail because that would be embarrassing. Don't hit the snail shells. They take no damage from that. Okay. 2 cents. Good enough. Let's get back to the save point. And we can buy ourselves a key and move on to the crypt, which is a really kind of unnerving place, especially for me because I'm a giant wimp when it comes to horror in any real capacity. But again, to be fair, when I first ran in there, I misinterpreted something that was going on there. I really wish we didn't have fall damage. I could just drop there and get to the main area. Because the thing is, once you get past the crypts, you unlock... Well, the path splits, if I recall. And one path you get to like go to the forest. We can upgrade our stats now. Let's see, what would be good? Dexterity increases jump height. Intelligence is mana. Resistance is resistance. Defense is defense, or rather health. Strength actually increases health as well, so strength actually seems kind of useful to dump stats into. Okay. I think, and this is something I don't like about this game, I'm just remembering, is I think you have to, when you have points to level up, you kind of have to use them all at once. You can't just hold on to some if you want to kind of get a feel for what you want to do. And unfortunately, that's kind of where I'm at, because I like to do things somewhat optimally. Like, I'm not a min-maxer by any means, but I like to at least have an idea of what I want to do before I start. There we go. Okay, so yeah. There's a rapier, if we could get 50 cents together. But to be fair, if we can get past the crypt, there's basically a free rapier in the sort of hub world after that. So that's kind of our goal right now, I guess, is to get past the crypt. I'm not sure how much we'll explore the crypt, because the crypt is a little bit annoying from what I remember. But we'll see about getting to the hub world before we start poking around. But that might be a little ways away just yet. So let's save. Again, just gotta save time. There we go. Now we gotta go to open up that door with the key we just bought. I really want to get up there, actually, because that's the way to probably my favorite area and like one of my 2 favorite weapons. But I just don't see us doing that tonight, because it requires quite a lot of dexterity if you're just gonna straight up jump all the way up there. Which, to be fair, the first time I played, that's how I did it. It's like, again, I didn't like leaving something unknown, so I kind of just invested in okay, so we want crystal shard. That's not change a key, health vial. Should throw a mana vial in there so we can use more magic. Gotta make sure that snail isn't following us. Jam it into the thing. I don't think there's many other eyeball locks in the game, unfortunately. It kind of creates a weird tone because you don't really see them again. But now we're descending into the depths to kind of one of the more spooky areas. Got a torch, which might be a better weapon than what we currently have, honestly. Not really, honestly, but we don't really have much of a weapon right now, so again, I think we're just going to be kind of avoiding stuff for the moment. This next area might be a little tricky to do that in, but we'll see what we can do about it. Nice lighting, though. Like, the lighting in this game is really well done. Okay, so here we are, the catacombs, the crypts. Okay, Here we go. Let's try not to get too spooked. Okay. Stabbity stabs. Actually, that does give you a little bit extra range with your light, because it's actively pointing the light source. That's actually a really nice touch. Okay. So, this place sucks. This place absolutely sucks early on. Later on, it's not that big a deal, but early on, it quite sucks. So these guys are basically zombies. They're gonna all come alive in a little bit. When I first played this, I killed one, and basically what happened is I was like, oh, okay, that problem's dealt with. Time to get back exploring. And when I stopped exploring, I like turned around and I saw that the one I killed had come back to life. That's not actually what happened. What happened was another one basically walked up the exact same place where the other one had been. It just looked like that there was a second one here. Oh, we got text. Cool. So this well is cursed. Everyone hates it, but apparently by removing your brain and becoming a zombie, you can free yourself here because culty nonsense. This game's a bit macabre. Got a really cool tone to it, actually. Okay, so I think the moment we grab this, kind of all hell breaks loose, so we'll be careful. A ritual dagger. So that's cool. I think that's an actual usable weapon. But right now, I just kind of want to get out of this place, because this place spooks me, and I'd rather have a good weapon. Although, I think we wanted to save some time. We activate that. And I don't think we've activated the zombies just yet. So what we'll do, again, because we're so... Oh, we've activated the zombies. Okay, crap. Well, we're going to try and take this safely. So we're actually going to backtrack to the save point, because there's not really a save point anywhere around. And if we die, we have to go through this whole thing again. It's just not safe. It's just not terribly a great use of time. So it's, again, it's kind of better to just sort of poke your head into where you can find some stuff, back off, and just slowly make progress, I find. Especially early on. Like, later on when you actually get some good weapons and, like, stats and stuff, you can kind of just explore at your own pace. But there's still a lot of ways to take a lot of damage in this game, from what I remember. Like I've said, suddenly a super boss might show up. There's this one really kind of nasty area later on where there's a bit of a secret I won't spoil, but like you walk into an area and on your way out, and you'll want to leave there rather expediently, near the entrance to the place a super boss spawns. And like you can ignore them, or you can try to anyway. They're really big and kind of hard to ignore, but you can do it. But the thing is, if you kill them, you get like a permanent stat boost, so it's kind of beneficial to take them out. But again, you're kind of under a time crunch at that point. So you kind of have to make that call whether or not it's worth your time to try and go for it or not. But when you're making that initial, like, oh, I gotta get out of here, like, this moment, and suddenly a super boss just pops up right in front of you, it's a bit like, what? That's scary. Okay, I get it, Snail. This isn't as useful as my other weapon, but counterpoint, I burned your face off. You can't bite me with that, I don't think. I could be wrong. Okay. We made at least a little bit of progress down the catacombs. The catacombs is a split path. I think I mentioned this before, but like you can end up, I believe, either in the hub world or a forest, depending on which path you take. We're going to try and aim for the hub world because that opens up some options for us. Plus, we can relatively quickly get a decent weapon if we go to the hub world. It's a bit of a double-edged weapon because it's not effective against every single enemy, but it'll work by and large for most stuff. And, you know, for a starting weapon, it's not too bad. Plus, it saves us 50 cents trying to buy a rapier from the store. When you don't have money, that's actually a lot of money. Excuse me. Huh, they stay dead. You can kick the shells around too, that's kind of cute. Can I equip the ritual dagger? I think I can. I think that's an actual weapon. Yeah, it is. It's faster. Doesn't have the reach of either of these weapons though. Got a better back step though. Eh. For now, I'll stick with the torch just because it helps me see. That's what we'll do. Okay. So we're going to delve back into the crypts. And hopefully, our goal, again, is just to try and get out of there. There's a lot of other stuff to find in there, including a pretty interesting secret. It's one of the more esoteric secrets. And unfortunately, those particular secrets don't actually seem to work on the Steam Deck. They require you to get like an item by doing some really obscure task and then taking it to a different location. And then you learn some stuff. But last I checked, they don't work on the Steam Deck. The thing that like displays the information just breaks. Which is one of the few things that doesn't really work about the Steam Deck. Like everything else about this game works pretty much natively with the Steam Deck and controller, which is quite lovely. But yeah, some of the secrets are a little not working properly. Okay, so now all the zombies are awake. That's worth knowing. And we don't really have a good, decent weapon yet, so we're gonna try and just avoid stuff as best we can. It's worth knowing that there's lots of ways. Hello, I'm just gonna avoid you. There's lots of ways to get around stuff and like platform. There's a lot of verticality in these environments. The first time I went through this area, you'll notice the zombie next to that book disappeared. I ended up jumping on top of like a platform and just sort of flailing until the zombie below me died. In a later area, I ended up having to like platform into like a secret crevice, like that was super high up on a wall. And then to like get there, because my jump height wasn't there, I had to like jump on a zombie's head. And basically use them as a platform. And it's just cool that the game considers that like a valid method of platforming. Like, yeah, we could try and grab that potion. I'm not going to bother. But yeah, the game is open to you. Okay, I want that ring, but I don't want to get instant killed like that. Because we just don't have really the kind of equipment right now to go through that. But I wouldn't give for my big anime sword right now. Actually, the anime sword is surprisingly rather sober in size. There are some really huge Buster Sword type weapons in this game. Another one of my favorite weapons, because this is stylized to be like Kingsfield and other FromSoft games, there is actually a Moonlight Sword in this game. You have to go through like a 50 level like gauntlet fight to get it, but it's kind of ridiculous. That's another really fun weapon to play around with. But like every area has like some kind of secret weapon to find. Every like area has like secret like lore and other things to find. There's just so much to this game. Like my first playthrough of this game, which again I tried to gather everything I could, see every secret, collect every single thing I could. That was about 20 hours, and this game isn't done yet. And I think they're still planning on adding like 4 major areas to the game still. I think they were going to say like they wanted 10. There's like 6 right now or something like that. It's still in early access, so they could change a whole lot about it. But what they have thus far is very, very impressive. And again, aside from the fact that it is early access, I'd be tempted to put this on my Game of the Year list just because of how much time I spent and how quality that time really was. Again, I don't really like to put betas or early access or anything like that in there. I've done it once as an honorable mention, and that was mainly because the alternative I wanted to put on there kind of just pissed me off at the end of the day. Which sucks, because that game was crosscode, and crosscode was actually quite good. Hey, Sykes, how you doing? But I ended up putting something else in there for crosscode, because crosscode, as much as I love that game, I absolutely hated the dungeons in them. They just went on forever, and they were boring. Oh! Okay, this is where we actually need to go to get to the place we need to go. There's also crawling zombies. The place we need to go is that way. I think there's a major, like, secret around here. again, we're kind of just trying to get away from all this right now. Because I really just want to see what we can get. Okay, I know where we are. It's actually bad. I don't want to be right next to you. But we are making progress. Now, I believe we came from here. Yeah, this is the wooded path. Actually, I think it's more of a... Let's avoid the little crawly guys. Those guys are really hard to hit. Now, if I remember correctly, this path leads to the foresty area? Or maybe the sewer-y area. There is a sewers in here. It's not bad, but it's a little confusing to navigate. But around here, there's like a big, like, super secret around here. There's nothing in here. There might be a, like, hidden wall we can take a look at that has some secret stuff. Because there's lots of, like, hidden walls and stuff you can open up. If you pay attention to, like, wall patterns and stuff. But, again, right now, we're just trying to get to the main sort of hub area so we can open up some options. Okay, so we got a big empty path here. But there's also a big secret around here. I know this. I'm not going to spoil it, though. I've already done the big secrets. But there's a big secret. If you play this game, you might want to look around here and do some stuff, is what I'm saying. Just going to avoid you and the crawly guy. It does seem like the enemy aggression has been toned down a little bit, but it might just be with these guys specifically, because I do know there are some enemies that just will pretty much follow you all around the map, and they just won't leave you alone until you kill them, which is particularly problematic if you don't have a weapon that can kill some specific enemies. Or you just want to be left alone because you want to run around and stuff. Excuse me, Mr. Crawly Zombie guy. I think this is the way we need to go. Yeah, this is looking right. How followed am I? Kind of followed. What are we reading here? To the fetid mire. That sounds vaguely like what I want. But also, where are we now? Oh, this is where we entered, isn't it? I haven't gone far enough yet. Oh god. No, I don't want to read that, and I'm dead. There's no pausing in this game, so when you open up a menu or try to read something, you just die instantly. Alas. On the bright side, by having to re-enter that like split path thing, we can sort of reorient to where we are. We know not to take the right path. I kind of already knew that, but I wanted to see if I could find an extra weapon or something. But by going left, we can kind of advance towards where we need to go, which is ultimately, again, down there. So let's try this again. To be fair, I could use the magic light and just change my weapon, but all of my options currently are just so abysmal, there's not really much reason for me to do. I know later on you get a pretty cool spell that's kind of like the light, but it's better in pretty much every respect from what I remember. And I think there's a healing ring as well, which is definitely something to keep an eye out for, but I cannot remember where that is. Because I haven't played this game in like 6 to 8 months. But I got super obsessed with this game for about 2 or 3 weeks. Like, it was such a good game to play. And again, for a like early access game, you get a ridiculously quality experience. Like, it's not done, but there's still a lot here, and there's a lot to see and do. And if you like exploring and seeing an interesting world and finding secrets, this is definitely going to be the kind of game that interests you. It's definitely the kind of game that interests me, and I do love exploration and secrets. Okay, so I don't think we're going to die if we fall down here. Now, we're looking for... I want to say it's the first turn will take us there, I believe. We're going to try and avoid zombies as much as we possibly can. And we'll get to a pretty cool little site when we get to where we're going. I remember the first time I saw this, I had to just pause for a second and say, whoa, this is pretty cool and intimidating. But, yeah, let's see if we can get there. I think this is the way we need to go. It's going to lead us to the sewers, and not where I'm trying to go at all. What have we got over here? Got something glowing. We got a stone club. What does that look like for weapons for me? 9 damage. Simple club fashioned from stone, difficult to handle, but viable. So again, it's still not really a weapon that's even worth using, really. But again, you could upgrade it, and if you upgrade it, you could probably make something good. Is this where I want to go? I guess we'll open the store and find out. I don't think this is where I'm trying to go. I think this is... Yeah, this is the sewer. This isn't actually where I want to go right now. I oftentimes forget the sewer's even here because it sort of starts out in such a tutorial-y place. Okay, so this wasn't where we needed to go, but we did get that club. It might... The way we might need to go might be back at that crossroads in the main crypts. Because I'm pretty sure the place we're looking for is connected to this point, and we don't have to go through the sewers to get there. But again, it's an interesting moment of trying to orient yourself in a game you haven't played forever. But yeah, we're ultimately gonna try and get to that hub area and see what we can do from there. That's kind of what I want to do. Okay, so that's the bedded mire. Don't really want to go that way. Noted. That's basically the sewers. Well, we're looking for what is basically a swamp, actually. Okay, yeah, I know. There's about 6 of you zombies here. I know that up that path there should be a path. Might be in the next room. I know there's an upper path that led to a ring that we died at before. Yep, that path up there is going to lead us to a ring. We don't want that right off. That would be nice. But again, I just kind of want to get out of this place so we can get to a place where I can actually see and maybe get a decent weapon. But this is specifically where I killed that zombie and I thought it just reanimated after I killed it. It's like, nope, they don't come back. I get why you'd think that. It followed you. But they didn't come back. Now, where do we need to go to move on to the next area? We got this. That's cool. Got a bunch of monks dead there. Lycomancy. That'll let you read things, I believe. Does not help me right now, though. So there's still that ring up there we could try and get. I'm going to try and avoid getting ganked by a bunch of zombies if we can help it. But really right now I'm just trying to figure out how do we get to that path down there. Because it's really where we want to go if we can help it. Oh. Okay, those are the guys next to the book. One of them has a sword, which means he can probably one-shot us. Nothing over here. That's fine. There's the altar where we found the dagger. Not a super useful weapon, but it's a weapon. That's kind of the theme of the early game, is just there's not a lot of actually good weapons. You're just finding things that are vaguely weapon-ish. This is where we need to go. Also, there's a fake wall here. Please don't kill me. Okay. 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 You want to give me... I don't really want to fight you. Because we're doing basically no damage. Ow. Okay, we're poisoned. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad. Open, 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 open. Okay. 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 So we do have some healing potions. But we're on a time limit now. I don't know how effective poison is. Looks like it's stopped. Okay, this is the way we need to go. That said, there's more stuff down that way. We could go explore. I mean, right now the big goal is to just kind of get us out of here. But hey, steel spear. That's an actual weapon that could be like a weapon. Steel spear, damage 11. Yes, and that probably has some decent range. Which one's the... That's the item use. Okay, well, let's start by taking out this. Poke the eyeball, and you can reveal the mirage that was this little ladder. That was always here, except I don't think we could have interacted with it. But on the bright side, there's the safe spot. Now, how do I change the weapons I have currently equipped? That's an important question I should probably ask myself. Okay, so that's torch, down, torch. Let's use item. It's not the shoulder buttons, it's not that. I know I can equip the second item. Oh, the equipment screen's a little weird. Okay, equip. There we go. Now we should be good. So let's try this again. Spear. Stabbity, stab, 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 stabs. Okay. So now we actually have a weapon we can use that'll actually give us some range on stuff. Ow. Fall damage. It's fine. Dying a whole bunch is just part of the fun. Or something. Okay. We're gonna try and walk down this ladder real careful. Because we can't survive stuff. Okay, so down, 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 down. First-person laddering is always an interesting experience, regardless of what game you play. Alright, this is where we want to go. This is what I was looking for. This is the big moment that's going to lead to kind of a lot of stuff, really. This is also one of the big first, like, whoa moments of the game, from what I remember. Oh, we're in the forest. Was I wrong? I think I might have been wrong, because I swear I'm looking for the... Might have had to go to the sewers. Alright, that's fine. We can poke around the sewers a little bit. The forest is, from what I remember, kind of a higher level area in some places, because there's a lot of stuff that can just shoot you from miles away. So let's go back and check out that the other paths down in the catacombs. I swear this was the path. I cannot remember how to get to like the main area. That's embarrassing. Sounds like something I would do too. Just totally miss out on how to actually get where you need to go. Okay, so how effective is this against a mummy? I guess we'll find out. Okay. Disembodied hands activate. This is a lot darker on my screen than it is on the stream from what I can tell. No, I can't even see. Is there any secrets around here worth grabbing while we're here? Okay, well, you're there. Okay, so that did about maybe 10% of your health. Might be worth investing in levels, but... Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go check out the sewers. I think that's what we're going to do. Maybe that's how we get to the main area. But they've got options. Like, this starting point basically gives you 3 places you can go. You can go to what is essentially the sewers, you can go to the forest, and you can go to the library. I think that's the library right there. Again, it's been about 8 months since I last played this game. I can't remember jack about it, but I kind of half remember stuff. Okay, so you're over there. I'm going to try not to... I'm going to back off and avoid you, because I am not equipped to handle fights with you if I can help it. Okay, now if we want to get back to where that was, we need to get to sort of cobbly area, which, if I remember correctly, be up here and to the right. Because I at least have a certain degree of understanding where I am spatially. Not there. The right up here. Gonna avoid you. At some point, we're going to get somewhere awesome. I'm hoping. Well, somewhere where I want to go that's awesome. It might involve going through a sewer, which is less than ideal, but what can you do? Okay, so let's try going this way. We'll try the sewers. The thing is, I don't really remember spending too much time in the sewers, so I kind of don't really think that's where we need to go, but I kind of remember where that entrance to the forest being where we need to go to get to where we're going, so, you know, maybe we have to go through the sewers. Because I kind of forget that the forest is even there most of the time. But again, it's been the better part of a year since I last played this, so... You know, at some point we're going to see something cool. Right now it's just sort of getting there. Because the alternative is we could sit here forever and grind snails for experience. We could do that too. And then I could actually fight some mummies and move forward like that, but that's boring. I want to do the exploration-y bit. And fortunately, because this game doesn't really have that many bosses, you can certainly do it that way, and indeed I kind of want to. Okay, so this is, I believe, the sewers. This is hopefully going to lead us to where I want to go, or else I am going to be well and truly lost. We have a map. That would be useful to know. I don't think we do. Okay. Now there... Okay, so let's read. Rest area, lower passage. Let's go to the rest area. That probably means a save spot. Means we don't have to go all the way back to wherever. And hopefully these rats mean that there's nothing overly hostile to us immediately, but there might very well be. Alright. Time to save, yes. Currently, we are level 3. Don't want to really spend our skill points, though. But currently, we could warp to a bunch of places. But it's fine for now. We're just going to keep poking around and trying to make minute amounts of progress to hopefully get where I want to go. That's the plan. We're definitely playing this a bit more exploratory than actively fighting stuff. But to be fair, I want a decent weapon before I get there. Okay, so lower passage, I believe, is where I want to go. That place is locked. What's this sign for? The river passage. Interesting. Fortunately, for the most part, you can kind of avoid combat in these early areas, which is good, because we don't have a weapon worth using. Slimes. Now, if I remember, there's actually a pretty cool little thing in this area as well. Can't remember where specifically, but I remember there's a pretty memorable encounter. Let's try using fire on you guys. That did not do all that much. And that is not my spear, because it just equipped it. Okay, well that's crap, but I'll grab that antidote. Run! Neck a potion. Again, I'm fine with avoiding fights if it means exploring and finding something good so we can actually get to a fight. How on my tail are they? They are not. Good. Let's throw an actual weapon on here, shall we? 6, 4, 11, 9. I don't like any of these weapons, really. Let's try the stone club and see how... Yeah, it's not great. I don't have enough magic to cast a light for us to see. So it's either that or the torch. Fortunately, again, we can kind of avoid combat for the most part. I don't really want to fight you, slimes. Ow. Mainly because I have to kind of stand in you to attack. Now, if I remember, slimes like to fall from the sky at some point too, so we gotta keep an eye out for that. And I think there's something hostile around here. But we'll, sort of avoid running into stuff if we can help it. Is there anything interesting around here worth grabbing? Not yet. Not yet. I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely missing my big moonlight sword and my silly anime sword, because those are really fun. On the bright side, if I took out my spear, I could probably just stab these things from over here. In fact, that might be a plan. Swap that for a steel spear. How much damage do I do? Not a huge amount. Don't tell me... Oh crap, you can come up here. Okay, okay. This is fine. You're moving pretty slow. And... Okay, I took a little bit of damage, but I killed you, you silly slime. You feel dumb. I think you can kill rats and actually get some experience as well if you really are that hurting for them, but considering that we're level 1 with 0 stats, effectively. Nothing from the slimes, unfortunately. Okay, let's grab the torch so we can actually see what we're doing. Okay, where are we currently? Okay, well there's a big drop down there, and there's stuff down there from what I remember. We're currently just following rats. This can't go wrong. Metal Gear taught me that rats lead to safety. Or something. I can't remember what the whole point of following rats in Metal Gear was. There's something up ahead. I can kind of see a faint glimmer over there. Okay. Need to be careful of our footing, though. I don't want to fall down there. That would be rather bad. Hey, look, a really rickety-looking bridge. And some glowy green thing over there. I'm betting that bridge will fall and kill us. River passage. Let's see where this goes. I'd rather not just get completely destroyed by falling down a bridge. That would be silly. Okay, this is getting weirdly steep, and that's concerning, but we're okay so far. Okay, we're not dead. Making some progress. I see a river. This must be the passage. I also see nothing hostile. These rats have been very helpful leading us to all this stuff. Oh, you're gross. No thank you. I'd rather not have any of that. I'm reminded of the blood slimes from... Oh good, I'm poisoned. Good old Quest 64. God, I hate that game. Okay, well we got a passage over here. We've got a chest over here. And we got several slimes with skeletons. Huh, barrier. Not that useful, but I follow you, Mr. Rat. You've yet to lead me wrong. What we got over here? Let's follow the rats of justice, and avoid getting killed by that slime and that slime. Because it's been a while since we've saved, and I'd rather not die. And we have a little switch, which I do believe takes us back to the front, which is fine. I'd like to be able to save. Yeah, here we are. I know this place. Cool. Thanks, rats. I'm going this way. So let's keep going. Find our save point, once again allowing us to save. There we go. Cool. Currently still level 1 with zeros across the boards and all stats. Basically we're going to die in one hit. So combat's not really for us, and that's fine. We're just going to have to use our adventurer's wits to get around a lot of stuff. And hope our friends, the rats, lead us to victory, or something. And hopefully not get killed by those skeleton slimes, because I don't care for them much. They poisoned me that one time. And that was kind of mean. It was cruel. It was rude. Just don't want any of that. Stalactite. Whoop! Too busy admiring stalactites. About to get murdered by a slime. You know how it is. These are really helpful rats. This game really does subscribe to the whole Metal Gear philosophy. You don't get any speed for sitting in that river. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Also, we got those creepy lotus pods that freak out people with tryptophobia. Which, I mean, respect. I don't get it myself, but I get why that would be unsettling. I remember I used to work at a place that had like these peg boards that had all these holes in them that you'd like stick pegs in so that you could hang stuff up. And I just looked at that and I got like this weird sense of vertigo just staring at that. Like I just had trouble discerning distance by looking at this. This is dangerous and gonna end badly for me, I feel. I'm honestly shocked that didn't end badly for me. Also, I think we're gonna have to kill this skeleton slime, who's got a lot more defense than I'd... Okay, I can't survive falling off this, Mr. Skellingham. Nor do I think I can survive any attack from you, so I just really need to kite you away. That's fine. There's a poor skeleton. Flee! How close are you? Okay, it looks like he's left us alone. It does look like the AI has been tweaked a little. So like I said, in the version I played, there were just enemies that would follow you all around the map. They wouldn't leave you alone ever. Now, it could be that those are just specific enemies. That's certainly possible, but... that does not seem to be the case right now, which is nice, because combat is currently not our character's build. I want not to fight things, thank you. I just want to get to the big kind of freaky hub area. Hopefully I'm on the right track. If not, we get to delve into a dungeon, and that's kind of interesting. There's something over there, but there's also clearly a slime. So we're just going to try and avoid them and see what this is. Oh, we found a secret. And the wind dash, which I think is kind of like the Dishonored blink a little bit. Open up, open up, open up, open up, open up. Okay, we found something. I think it's a shortcut. Don't know, we died. Alas, the folly of not actually investing in any stats and equipment. But that's part of the fun too. I don't mind this being a challenge run. Why not? Hopefully we get to the cool hub area. Okay. But we need to go this way. Now, we could try and invest all our points into magic and just fling magic bolts at stuff. It's an option. We could dump everything into strength and just try and attack things, but I feel like we're gonna get killed pretty quick. We could invest everything into HP so we don't die so fast. We've got options. But counterpoint, if I wanted to do any of that, I was sat around and grinded snails for hours. I'm here to explore, not level. What is this, some kind of RPG where you level? Okay. Uh-oh. I'm currently stuck. There we go. I don't know if that was your magical spear of justice, Slime Skellington, but thank you for rescuing me. So yeah, I guess it's pretty easy to get stuck in some weird bits of geometry, as I just did it twice in one moment. Counterpoint, though, you know, we've been doing this for over an hour, and I've only gotten stuck once. Okay, well, twice, but at the same time. So you know what, I'll take that as a victory. Now then, where do we go from here? Go over here. I hope I'm on the right path. It's going to turn out that the forest was the way to go to, like, the main hub area. And I'm just going to totally have missed that entirely. And look like a total fool. Which, granted, would not be the first time I've made a total jackass of myself, sure, but I would like to get to one specific part because I think it looks cool. And it kind of just embodies my entire feelings on this game. of just, whoa, this is neat. What is this? And I feel like it's not in the forest. I could be wrong. I probably am because I'm dumb, but I don't know. I kind of don't remember the sewers either, but who remembers the sewer levels, really? Sewer levels are just exactly what they are. They're awful. I think there's a hidden door over there, for what it's worth, but that slime skeleton's following us, and I want no part of it. So let's go this way. There's a secret passage. I think that just connects lower levels of the sewers, though. And that already happens. So now we got this kind of like big open area. We could, I think we can actually stand in there. It's not like you drown. We can't swim, but I don't think that actually comes up at any point. This looks familiar to me. I think this is like a series of like doors you have to open up and close behind you, if I remember correctly. I also remember there being stuff that falls from the sky around here, so... Or maybe I'm just thinking of these jellos. That's fine. As long as I keep backing up and stabbing, we'll be fine. I hope. I hope we'll be fine. I can't really take multiple enemies at once. Arguably, I can't take one enemy at once. But that thing's dead. So let's just get a look around. Ooh, we got a battle axe. That could do some damage. Don't have any enemies around, I hope. Let's check out. So battle axe. 22 damage, so that's double what our spear does. Doesn't have quite the reach, though. But damage. Gotta like damage. Okay, I'm not seeing any enemies. We got a book, though. Curse this land, curse this pit. I go onwards to the castle of the deceased ones. That's where I'm trying to go. So I'm guessing someone didn't like being dead for a while. I guess that's fair. I could read that again. I've already done that, though. Can I open that path? No, I don't think I can, but I do need to move forward. So we are trying to get our way towards the castle. Let's try going this way. This does seem like where I need to go. I'm not seeing any other enemies. That's a plus. Okay, okay. We got a health potion. That's good. I can always use more of those. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. Pretty sure we're good. Yeah, I think we're where we need to be. So it only took about an hour and a half, but I think we're finally where I wanted to go from the start because I think it's so cool. So here it is. This is kind of the hub world. It's a big bloody ocean. It's kind of hard to see. There's a lot of stuff here. We can get some pretty cool stuff. I'm gonna pour myself some more soda water. Let's see if we can find some cool stuff. And maybe a save. Actually, I know where there's a save point. So, hopefully we don't run into anything evil right now. I believe this is the way we need to go. I think they lowered the draw distance, so it's actually harder to see stuff now. Because I remember it being a little bit easier to see stuff, although pointing our light at stuff helps. If I remember correctly, there's... like, that's where we spawned in, and there's like a little niche behind where we spawned in that actually has like a super boss in it. But first things first, let's try and get to a save point, which if I remember correctly, there's a good one right up ahead, which is close to sort of where one of the big goals of this game is. We got some floaty, freaky things walking around. We're going to try not to pick fights with them. I don't know how inherently hostile they are to you, but let's not push our luck. I think this is the way we need to go. I swear they've dropped the draw distance here, because I remember this being slightly easier to see stuff. Although it could be because I've got a torch that's messing with the lighting a little bit. A little bit. Looks like. I'm seeing some lights over here. I think this is where we need to go. So let's get out of this sea of blood and hopefully find a save point. I think this is the way to the vampire castle, which has a nice save point right out front. Plus, we can get a pretty cool weapon. Plus, I can show a super boss. Okay, so we need to get underwater, and then there was a secret around here, from what I remember. The skull, that wasn't what I was looking for. There it is. Got the dark rapier. So instead of spending 50 units of currency, we got one for free. Now it's dark, so it's actually cursed, so some enemies won't take damage from it, but it's effectively just the rapier. And it's cooler looking because it's black. And then we're just going to go here for a save point more than anything. I'm glad I got here. This is where I wanted to be. I wanted to go see the freaky Blood Sea more than anything, which has a lot of really cool stuff we'll go explore. But I think we need to go fight a super boss. And by that I mean get one shot by it. So that sounds like fun. Step 1. I'm going to exchange that for the dark rapier. It does a little bit less damage, but it's faster. Almost twice as fast. Has more reach. And the menus in this game are a little bit wonky to utilize, but that's fine. There we go. Sometimes it just doesn't do stuff. So yeah, this is the dark rapier. It's pretty awesome looking. Stabbity stab, 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 stabs. And there's the save point. I'd like to use this before we die. Currently we're level 7. Still not going to use any of the points. Mainly because I don't know where I'd put them. I know these things are kind of allergic to physical damage, so we can't do much here currently. We need something to open this door, which is to the vampire's castle. Which, if I remember correctly, we need to open the door to the cattle pen before we can actually do anything. But there's a little NPC over here we can talk to who's kind of reminds me of good old Sigmire of Onion Knight from good old Dark Souls. He's just sort of here. He sits around, kind of complains that nothing's open. He's here to kill the Lord of the Castle, aren't we all? We can't figure out how to open the doors. Yeah, that's a consistent problem. Okay, now if I remember correctly, the door to the castle is in here. Please don't kill me. But we have to open this up. Cattle cells. Which, if I remember correctly, we need something specific for that. And I think you need the library to do this. Can't quite remember. So we can't actually do all that much here right now. But I did want the save point, and the rapier's right underneath it. And now that we have the rapier, we can do some damage. At least a little bit. And it's faster than that crappy statue sword we had before. And we're right next to where a super boss is, so we can go take a look at the creepy monster that will one-shot you even if you're actually equipped with stuff and you have stats, because it's kind of a super boss sort of thing. But if you kill it, you get a permanent, I think, health boost. So that's cool. Also, there's some really freaky stuff in the Blood Sea. Plus, we can go take a look at a few other areas that are connected to it. So there's lots of stuff to do yet. So if we want to go find the super boss, I'll go over here. I think this is the only place in the game where you can swim. Swimming is not really a feature that's utilized in this game all that often. I see some little glowy things over there. That's kind of where we're going. Over there's where we started. But I believe we would just want to go left of here, and we'll go find a super boss that will presumably kind of smunch us really badly. But that's, you know, part of it being interesting. I'm really just wandering around showing this game off because I like it and I want people to play it. It's kind of freaky. So those glowing things, I believe, are the eyes of just random enemies that are actively hostile to us. We will avoid them, obviously. Looks like they are Skellinghams. That's fine. Just gonna avoid you guys. Please don't instant kill me till I get to the super boss who will do it, because I just want to show this thing off. Because it's mean. And it's there. And it reminds me of the Titanite demon. Because it's there and it's scary and it's... Yeah, well, it sees us now. Eh. Eh. Yep, it'll do that. Oh! You'll notice that we're doing basically no damage. I'm not sure if that's by virtue of the fact we're using the cursed sword or not, but yeah, that guy's mean. There's one other really powerful enemy just in the big hub world, but it's an interesting thing to go look at. So yeah, let's go look at some stuff. That's really what we're here for. We're just here to explore and look at stuff. I was actually playing this in earnest. I'd probably still be killing snails for experience and exploring like the catacombs for all the secrets and stuff. But right now, I want to look at stuff, explore this really quite cool little game. All right. So, the thing we want to look at next, the big powerful thing, I think it's kind of vaguely to the right, but we'll see it when we see it, and we'll know it when we see it. Because there will be no confusing it with anything else, really. Just trust me, when we see it, we'll know. I heard an enemy, but I guess not. I think I see something over here. But I don't think it's what we're currently looking for. But it might be. No, I think that's just a regular enemy. I wonder if they removed it. I can't imagine why they would. It was a neat little piece of set dressing. But again, I feel like they've turned down the draw distance here. If I change my weapon, does that help me actually see stuff? Not really, not substantially anyway. Well, we'll just wander around in the dark for a while, I guess. It's fine, it's spooky. I found a wall. That's not what we're looking for, though. We're looking for something substantial. Something interesting. Or just the next area we can wander into. That too would be fine, I guess. It's not really what I want to show off, but you know. Sometimes the universe decides what you see. I see something over here. Looks like it's guarded by a monster of some description. Hey friend, are you gonna get angry if I take that? Whatever that is. Looks like a weapon. Nope. Nope, you seem actually genuinely cool. Thanks, bud. Alright, got a corrupted dagger. Alright, so what's over here? Specifically. I guess we're not going to see it right off, but there's a giant monster just wandering around over here, or there used to be. Maybe they removed it, but it was weird. You couldn't do anything to it. It had like infinite health, and it was bigger than you could ever see if you looked straight up from its feet, but it was this weird thing you could just sort of poke at, and you'd be like, why is this here? Oh, the accursed tomb. This place is weird. And I swear the draw distance is again... I don't want to be here, honestly. This is a place that's... got all these, like, little hidden passages up there, and there's zombies wandering around. You could actually, like, stand on them to get there and find little secret areas. It's interesting, but... it's not an area I really want to explore right off. Let's see if I can... modify the settings. Maybe I can change the draw distance or the lighting a little bit, because this is really hard to see on my TV. View Bob, gamma. Yes, let's increase the gamma just a scooch, and by that I mean a whole lot. That helps a little bit. Yeah, I can actually see stuff now. Alright, well, let's keep wandering around and hope we see something cool in the bloody sea. It only took me an hour and a half to think, let's turn up the gamma and maybe we'll be able to see something. This actually feels kind of cheating now. But, got a big bloody sea that has a lot of fun little secrets and fun stuff to find. Something over there already. I see the glowiness. I need to know what the collectible is over here. Must collect it. I think there's a ring around here or something. What have we got over here? It is in fact a ring. Summon Fairy. It's basically the thing we have equipped that gives us a light bulb, but it's better in every respect. Yeah. Gives life to unable to comprehend existence. Summons Fairy. That's what I want. The, I might not have enough magic to even use this. Being level 1, it has its issues. But again, we're just a wandering around looking at stuff type of thing. That's fine by me. If you want to actually see what this stuff is, get the game. It's genuinely good. And hey, you know, Dread Delusion was like 15, 20 bucks. This game is like 7. And it's huge and it has so much stuff going on with it. Like it's definitely worth $7. Alright, what else do we have around here? Because I know there's a fair few number of collectibles around here. And freaky things to stare at. And hopefully not get murdered by. I'm still surprised I can't find like the big, giant, unkillable thing. Because that thing was just so remarkable and interesting. Worst case scenario, we'll go to the forest and get murdered by bunnies. Because that's a thing that happens too. I'm just surprised I haven't seen like the big stompy thing that wanders around here. Because there's a big stompy thing and it's spooky. It's interesting. And I remember I spent a significant amount of time just staying around taking a swing at it to see if I could do any damage to it, and you can't. As far as I can tell. But that's part of what makes it so interesting. It's like, why is there like this giant, like, set of 4 legs wandering around that might be a giant elephant for all I know? Why is it wandering around this blood sea? What does it want? What does it all mean? That's this game in a nutshell. It's just a bunch of interesting stuff to explore. Combat's certainly substantially better than Dread Delusion, I'll give it that. Not that I'm showing it off, because again, I decided to be level 1 and not upgrade my stats like a dummy, but, you know, there's still lots to see and do in this game. It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I think that's the sewers where we started. So what we'll do, I'm thinking, is we will head back to the vampire castle, get the save points. Maybe we'll see the big thing if it's even here anymore. Maybe they removed it in an update or something. They just didn't tell me. How dare they not tell me? I don't really want to do the gallery. The gallery requires a lot more patience than I currently have. Let's put it that way. It's got things that I find frustrating about it. But we can do the forest. The forest has got some fun stuff in it. So some interesting weapons you can find. I'm not sure we'll be able to get them with our current stats. That's again a consistent problem when you're level 1 is your stats kind of dictate that you can't find anything interesting. Oh, there it is! I found it! It's only a big giant thing. How bloody hard could it be to find? So this thing's a thing. This is its foot. It's that big. You can't even see it, it's that big. The Jotun. The name's fairly accurate. It seems to have walrus tusks of some kind. It's just a big, spooky elephant thing. Or something. And you can't kill it. And it's entirely non-hostile. You can poke at it forever and it'll do nothing to you. It's just chilling, wandering around the blood sea, and I have no idea what it means. And it's one of the most interesting things. Like, what is this? Why is it here? What does it all mean? What does it contribute to any of this? Is it the source of all this blood? I mean, the numerous gravestones around here would indicate it's probably bodies and stuff that are buried here, but why is there a big, giant, angry elephant thing that does nothing? Why can't I kill it? What would it mean if I did kill it? Is it potentially the god of this world? If I kill it, do I become god? What's on the table here? Lunacid. You weird game that I love. I don't understand. But I love it. But I don't understand. But yeah, this game is great. Okay, let's check out the forest. So we can do that. I don't think I've got a save crystal in the forest, but we can go back to the starting area and teleport around if we need to. I'd really like to get to the library, but I can't with my current stats. Which sucks. I can read this, though. There's a great knight here. That's nice. You have the big fancy anime sword. I don't think you do. I mean, currently I don't either, but I've got a save file. I can fix that. Okay, so yeah. Kind of unlock some areas. Haven't seen very much. Haven't fought very much. There's a lot of secrets we've missed so far. But we are making some form of progress. And considering I'm just really here looking at stuff, that's fine by me. Although that's taunting me. I want to get up there so bad. Because there's a fun area up there. But that just means that's something fun you can discover for yourself when you get this game. Like, seriously, this game is dirt cheap for how much content it has, and it's genuinely quite interesting, the world it sets up with all the different stuff. Okay, so we're in the forest. Forced to burn it all to the ground. Fortunately, the lighting's bright enough that I can at least see stuff. Ah, this would have been useful to find a little while ago. Let's save. Still level 7. Still not gonna actually use any stats. But that's fine. I took some footage of this for Jet Wolf because he needs some forest stuff. I think we're gonna get completely destroyed by moths. But let's find out, shall we? Oh, we can do some damage. Ow. Yes. Yes, we're gonna get destroyed by moths. But on the bright side, a little stabbity rapier is actually pretty useful. And I can do this. Burn the forest to the ground, and you're on fire, so that's fun. There we go. Okay, you might notice that little, probably hard to tell, but it's a stag made of energy wandering around. That guy's gonna be mean to us if we run into him. There's also rabbits that are made of energy. They will attack us if we let them, but they're less mean. But if we do attack them, the stag gets super pissed off at you. Oh, read. I can read a thing? Where can I read a thing? What am I reading? Game? Ah. Okay, many souls have tried to fail to climb the branches. What if the answer lay below? Yeah, so there's a few alternate paths. You can actually climb, like, you can actually climb up the trees in this forest. And that'll lead to one path. You can go downwards, and that leads to another. There's some interesting stuff here. There's also a rattling skull here that I don't know what this is all about. But blood drain. Simple form of blood magic. Splashes them with blood. That doesn't sound useful, but we actually do need that. Also, I don't know what this rattling, laughing skull is, but it freaks me out. Okay, you gave all your blood to the forest, but it wasn't enough. Poor Skellingham. Okay. Actually, we need that blood magic. We can do a thing with that, so that's cool. Is there a way for me to get back up to the save point? Because I would like to save that. Because that is some form of progress. Unfortunately, if I choose to progress that way, I might actually have to invest in stats so I can fight things. Which, you know, It's kind of antithesis to what we're currently doing, which is just not doing that. I'm leaving, Mothra. I'm leaving. You don't need to screech at me. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool. It's okay. Ignore the fact I killed your friend. We can go off that way as well. Oh, Mothra's following us. I do like the effects of this forest. It's very, very pretty. This game is quite lovely. Save. Yes. Actually, since we have it, this actually confused me for a little while, but since we have it, I can show off a little bit that I actually do know how to make progress in this game. So we're going to want to equip that. Might as well place the light fairy because we don't have enough mana for it, apparently. We have enough for one use of blood drain. Better make it count. So we want to splash a thing with blood. Well, that would make sense for locks in a vampire castle, don't you think? Blood locks, that makes sense. So we basically go splat. And that opens the thing. Unfortunately, we used too much blood and died. This is not a fair game, but yeah. So if you wanted to know how to do that, you get the blood thing and you open the blood lock. That's what it is. That was something that took me a very long time to understand. Okay, we got some stuff we can sell. Nothing too interesting. But that was fun to show off. I didn't expect to die. I really ought to, because, you know, it's one of these kind of games, but it's fun to just show off some fun little neat stuff. And now you know how to unlock that thing. You can go and figure out what's behind it. You know, assuming you have the stats to do that and not kill yourself. Okay. There's some stuff back there. Like, clearly you can see two little paths up there. Let's see what's over here. Climb the branches. Climb up here. Let's see what's up here, shall we? Alright. Oh, it's Darkroot basoning us a little bit. Whoa! Yep, that probably happened to me numerous times on Darkroot Basin as well. And that's before you get to the freaking Hydra. But that's fine. Oh, this game is fun. It's very pretty. Again, it sort of looks vaguely PS1 style. I think I resonate with that because I didn't really have that much experience with the PS1. So I kind of latch on to anything that's sort of out vaguely like that. Okay, I get it. You're a big angry moth. You shot me with your big angry moth lasers. I've seen enough Mothra to know how that happens. I like Mothra. I stand by that. Mothra is the best kaiju. Hands down. Maybe not crappy boy Mothra, but like original, you know, goddess of the monsters Mothra. She was awesome. And I think she had a death metal band named after her, which was cool. Which seems like a weird genre mishmash for, you know, Mothra, but, you know, Mothra deserved everything because she was the best kaiju. Okay, yeah, we were going this way, and we were hopefully not going to fall to our deaths because we don't really have much, like, fall resistance or health. Hopefully. Hopefully, hopefully. Okay. Let's try falling on this one without dying. Okay, I see a glowy thing, but I feel like that's a trap. We can grab it. Holy Warmth. I think that's a healing spell. We can find out in a sec. Holy Warmth. Magic. Revitalizes the user at the cost of mana. So yeah, it's a healing spell. That's cool. That's really useful. Can I get down here without dying? Yes, yes I can. Are there any secret doors or passages around here? Gotta check sometimes for stuff like this. Doesn't look like it right off, but that's okay. Made a little bit of progress. Gotten to the ground floor of the forest, but we want to make sure we can get back up to... I'm not sure if this is a one-way or not. It might be, or it might just lead us back to where we got that blood spell. Both equally possible outcomes. But it looks like we are up here. Doesn't look like there's any secret doors or anything around here. And this is going to lead us back here, which is a little bit away from there, which is, of course, where we got the thing. So we want to go there and save and try and make our way back, preferably without pissing off other Mothra over here. No lasers, please. Thanks. Love me. Okay. Let's get back to our save. That's going to be the thing. If Mothra doesn't murder us with lasers, it's going to be one of the bunnies down below, because those things are absolute jerks when they want to be. Alright. Save. Yes. Return. Okay. Now, Mothra's still over there, but if it doesn't move, I might be able to hit it from here. Yep, I can. So, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the save point, because I think that heals up our mana, too. Yep. And we're just going to snipe this little jerk for hitting us in the back that one time. Actually, that was the other moth that's already dead, but, you know, the emotion of murdering the moth with fire is still there. I'm on a rampage right now. We can't de-rampage. And it's just to clear a path so I can get back to the ground floor, where we'll then get murdered by bunnies. There we go. But, you know, getting murdered by bunnies is just part of the process. Actually, it's the stags you really have to worry about. Those jerks. Those guys are actively hostile. And if you attack bunnies, they kind of like spawn on top of you. And they get kind of angry about that, so... Try and leave the bunnies alone if you can help it, but the stags will charge at you, and they are kind of mean. That said, the bunnies will also take pot shots at you with lasers. So you can't really win for losing. Okay. So let's get down to the forest level and see what we can find. I know there's like a multi-tiered area down there that I find very confusing to navigate that leads to another area. I can't quite remember where. It's kind of a one-way path, though. But if we can find it, that would at least be some form of progress. That said, progress was not the goal here at the start. The goal at the start was just showing off a game I like that's kind of spooky, that would be fun to play. And if you have an interest in it, you should play it. That was the goal. I think I've accomplished that to some degree or another. Okay, so we've got a stag and a bunch of bunnies. I don't really want to deal with any of those. I know there's like 2 stags over this way. The thing is, I think there might be a shortcut if I go that way. That would mean I'd actively have to try and avoid those stags, which less than ideal to try and go after that. But let's, a bunch of fireflies just spawned in. That's fine. Please don't shoot lasers at me. I don't know if that's a passive sound or I'm going to shoot lasers sound. I know there's a weapon in the tree branches up ahead. It's a one-of-a-kind weapon. That's pretty cool. Most of the weapons in this game are one-of-a-kind, actually. thinking about it. Oh, we can climb this. I actually didn't know this for a long time, but you can actually just climb this. At least a little bit of an area up here. If you don't fall to your death, because ladders are hard in first person. But there's a little weapon in the treetops that will probably kill me if I try and go for it. I don't even think I can jump up here. Oh, I can almost do it. There we go. Level 1 stats, no agility. Oh, hey, it's one of these things. I forgot that there was another one of these things. Unfortunately, I don't have a key, and I can't reuse the old one, because the old one jammed that other eye out, and that was kind of its whole lot. I could jump from here, try and make it over there, but without like a better jump stat or like jump magic, that's not going to do much. I think if you have a ranged weapon, you can actually knock that out of the tree too. So like you do have options. Kind of like I said in that gallery, I really don't want to deal with. Like you can use boxes, you can jump on enemies to get to secrets. Like the game has a very as the crow flies sort of approach to problem solving. If you can find a way to get there, the game is more than happy to say that's a valid way of doing things. And I really do respect that sort of principle of game design. Oh, please don't attack me. I can't. I'm not hostile, Mr. Stag. I'm actively trying to avoid you, friend. Don't laser me. That's no good. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Okay, we gotta get to that door. 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 Serpentine. Holy crap. Okay, that's not where I needed you to be. Sometimes they decide to charge you when you sidestep them and then run exactly where you need to be. Okay, well we learned some stuff. That was fun. Okay, let's try going this way just because I think there is a shortcut that we can open up. I think there's a bit of a shortcut if you just fall through the branches too. Like you can do that. But I don't think we have the kind of survivability that'll keep us alive for it. We could try though. Certainly. That's bad. Yeah. Maybe not like that. But you can survive just falling through the branches and just take the fastest way down using the gravity elevator, but it takes some guts and some stats to make that happen sometimes. Okay, what's the best way to make this happen? Might be going this way. Hopefully we don't get lasered by this moth. There are a lot of things with lasers around here for some reason. I guess lasers are the universal language of the forest. Please don't kill me with your lasers, moth. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Jump. There we go. We're good. Okay. All right. So, we're going to try and fall down and see if we can find a shortcut down here from the save point, because that would at least save us some grief. What's the best way to do this? The best way is to go down here and presumably here and presumably try and land on this rock. There we go. I don't know what the sort of fall height for damage is. I'm not sure it's an outright kill plane or anything. If you fall from a certain height, I think it's based on your agility stat, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's any vines around here. But I do think there is like a secret thing you can unlock that gives you a shortcut. There's something to do with... Oh! You spray those plants with blood and they'll open up for you. That's probably what we need to do. Unfortunately, as I've shown, I don't think I can survive spraying anything with blood. Because not having any stats makes things a little bit interesting. I don't think I'm going to get killed here, but let's try this. Maybe if I don't charge it as much, I can get away with less. Let's find out. Because I think this just sprouts a path. Nope. Can't do that. Alright. Well, knowing that, I could sit here and actually invest in stats. But that's antithetical to what we're trying to do. So, what we're going to do is instead make a break for the path on the other side of the forest, and hopefully not get ganked by stags. That's the plan. Because again, I think this isn't what I intended to do at the start, play entirely without stats and anything, but, you know, it's sort of what we're doing. Don't laser me, thank you. Because why not do a level 1 skill run of games where you die if you use half the magic you need to get through doors? Well, in theory you could do it at level without leveling yourself, I think, depending on how you started, but you really do need that blood spell in order to do stuff. I'm not sure currently I can even get through the forest without the blood spell, but we'll see what happens. Again, I just wanted to show this game off and have a little bit of fun with it and get back into it for the first time in like 6 to 8 months. I think I've done that pretty effectively. Also, I saw a chest over here. Obviously, I need to grab that. I don't know what's in it, but I want it. Ah, we can Legolas things up a little bit with a bow. That's going to be needed if you want, I think, 2 secret weapons. And a few other secrets. The bow's actually used for a few things. But, I think we'll be able to get to that point. Because right now we are just struggling to walk to the end of a... Huh, you can harvest mushrooms. I didn't think that was a thing you could do. That's interesting. It's not super helpful, but it's interesting. Please don't laser me, bunnies. I didn't come here today to be lasered by bunnies. Which, you know, I'm not here to tell you how to live your lives, bunnies, but I didn't really want to... Okay, so... Okay, I can kind of absorb the damage of 1 hit by shielding. So maybe we'll make that happen. I guess we'll rely a little bit more on defense. Fortunately, it's a toggle. I don't actually have to hold that down, which is interesting. I don't defend often in this game, apparently. But again, it's also been 6 months. Maybe I did that before. Or maybe I just relied on my laser sword and my big anime sword. Those were 2 things I really liked in this game. Which, unfortunately, are currently beyond my ability. Mainly because I can't jump high enough for one of them, and I can't remember how to get the laser sword. But, one way or another, it's just fun to wander around and explore this game and see the world. And it really is one of those games where you make a little bit of progress in one area and you realize, oh, hey, I can take this progress and translate it to progress in another area. And the whole map sort of folds out as you wander around and explore and just slowly expand your sort of sphere of where you can go and what you can do. I'm certainly playing this suboptimally and indeed possibly without any way of actually beating it at level 1, but, you know. The goal was not really to accomplish much aside from get to, like, the blood sea and see the big spooky thing that's wandering around for some reason. I did that. Mission accomplished. Yay me. Also, I can gain a little bit of extra speed if I charge my rapier. Because speedrun strats. And what's the best way to try and avoid these stags? They kind of seem like they're patrolling right in front of the door I need to go through. If I could kite them over here... Maybe. Of course, the funny thing is, it's not going to be the stags that kill me. It's going to be the freaking bunnies. Yeah, you hang out there, stag. That's fine. I'm just going to keep doing this. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Dash, 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 dash. I'm genuinely on the edge of my seats just seeing if I can make this. Very scared right now. Okay, I made it. I can't see where the hell I'm going. But I made it. They're still following me. Oh crap, oh crap. Okay, well now we're... This is a real Dark Souls moment. I don't know where I'm going and I have to run headlong to wherever I need to go to get out of the way. Oh! Okay, well that was fun. That is Just such a peak Dark Souls moment. I don't know where I'm going. I'm gonna run headlong in one direction, hoping I don't get murdered. Where the hell am I? So yeah, it seems stuff still follows you forever in this game. But that said, I think that'll be it for tonight. 'Cause it's been about 2 hours. But this is Lunacid. I'm gonna show off my anime sword real quick because I can. But genuinely a really cool game. Let's grab my profile one that actually has levels in it, and I'll swing around my anime sword for a minute. So this is my anime sword. You might recognize this as the entrance to the place. It does this. I mean, it can't currently do anything to that because that thing is currently unable to be killed by physical things, and I'm actually currently chained up by a curse that makes me not be able to use anime. But the anime sword, it basically goes like this, and it's crazy. Also, I got the Moonlight Greatsword, because why not? It shoots lasers. This is Lunacid. It's like $8 on Steam. It's absolutely worth it. Look at the jump height I have, because I've actually invested in stats. Actually putting stuff into stats and getting equipment, it actually does wonders for actually making progress. But, you know, the whole thing is progress. That's something you get to discover on your own, because this is such a neat, mysterious game with so many secrets. I just wanted to show off a couple neat areas and wander around and look at stuff. I think I accomplished that today. This is a game I quite like. I put 20 hours into this in my first playthrough, and I think I'm currently at like 25 hours after showing this off. This is a really, really good game. Still in early access, still unfinished, but easily worth the $8 it commands. You can get a lot of gameplay and experience and mystery and intrigue in this game. If you like stuff like Kingsfield or Dark Souls, or, you know, going back to the previous stream, Dread Delusion, this is a game to check out because it is damn good and it is really affordable, and you get so much for so little. Lunacid on Steam. This is definitely a game to keep an eye out for. It's a really fun little dark, macabre adventure with some interesting tones, some really great lore, and I think everyone really should play it, especially if they love secrets, because this game is just full of it. Anyway, that will be it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, follow the stream to go in live, because I'm thinking about coming back tomorrow, which is to say, like, tonight, in like maybe 15 hours or so. I gotta get some sleep at some point, but thinking about doing more Steam Next Fest demos. I have restocked, and I had fun with it last time, and I've actually got a few others that look really, really interesting, so we might do that. I probably should get back to Xenogears at some point. I've got multi-card stuff to do. I've got a bunch of other stuff. I certainly have to get back and do Battle Network, but point is, plenty of streams to go look forward to, so hopefully you'll see you there. You might want to check out and subscribe to my YouTube channel, see everything else I do, which is a lot of stuff. I just put out my video for Penko Park yesterday, which is another interesting Halloween game I streamed a little while ago. It's basically spooky Pokemon Snap. You should check that video out. It's a very interesting game, and it's a cool video. And I've got a new review that should be coming out in a couple days. I'm just finishing up editing right now, so look forward to that. And if you really want to make my day, check out the show's PayPal or Patreon. Support the show any way you can so that I can continue to do what I do to the best of my ability, which in this case is run around having a skill challenge in first-person Dark Souls at level 1, where I kill myself using my own spells just to try and open doors and stuff. But you know what? We get to see some giant, weird, like, alien Cthulhu mammoths wandering around a sea of blood, and that's all I wanted out of this. And I got to do that, so I'm pretty happy. Anyway, check this game out. It's pretty good, and I hope to see you next time. Peace out, Internet.